Bam, that's me. How's it going, guys? Token Vaping here. Today's use review is on a company that is all over social media. I mean, if you vape, if you follow vaping, if you're on any type of social media, you've seen this company, you've heard about it, you've dealt with people that have interacted with the company as well. One of the main gentlemen behind it, his name is Billy, is also on Instagram under the name of the company. Huge promoter, advocacy of vaping, vaping rights, vaping as a whole, vaping, for beneficial needs. This company basically has created a newer version to combat the need and usage of nicotine in vaping. If you've watched my other video on this, you will know what I'm talking about. The creation is called Alterna, which is basically their version or alternative version, as opposed to nicotine, but it's all natural herbs. This company uses the guidance of an MD and an herbologist to make sure that what they're doing, what they're using, how it's created, how it's being used, the purpose of it is all legitimate, it's all exact, it's all in all proper percentages and proper forms to ensure that everything is done precisely as needed to the benefits of the human body. The company that I'm talking about is Elixir Vape Co., and this is one of their main bottles out of their line. It's a four flavor line. This is one of them, and I know you have seen them. Their company logo is right there, Elixir Vape, and it's the apothecary line. It's a four elixir kit, and basically these are the four, as you've seen. It's a wake, breathe, enhance, and the one that I'm doing today is calm, since I have trouble sleeping. So I'm going to see if this helps, because I've had a lot of people tell me that it actually has worked for them to help soothe their inner body and to relax it. One of the reasons for that is because of the mixture that this is. Now, if you want to check them out, their website is elixir-vape.com. Like I said, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're in Twitter, Google Plus as well. So I mean, they are all over the place. And like I said, they are very big about vapors, their vaping ability, but they're also trying to find a more natural way to do it, which is where the herbs come in. Now, this flavor is actually, if you can read on the top, it says vape with effect. So basically, it's for the enjoyment of vaping, but there are beneficial needs to what they're trying to promote. And like I said, Alterna is one of them. There's no nicotine in Alterna. It is a strictly herbal mixture, but mixed in such a precise way that it's supposed to give your body beneficial effects, but still combat the need for nicotine, but help make your body feel like it's still benefiting from vaping. Now, they do offer nicotine in their line. They offer a 0 and a 3. However, what they're trying to promote is basically getting their flavors in a 0, mixing it with the Alterna, and trying to get into the habit of it with that, as opposed to just straight nicotine. And let me tell you, the flavor that I did try was from their Beatnik. It was a rhubarb strawberry with Alterna and not nicotine. You definitely taste a difference. You definitely feel a difference. However, it's definitely in a good way. It is different. It is unique in its own self. So it's definitely worth trying. If you're more about vaping than you are about the need for the nicotine, the herbal aspect of it is definitely considered a beneficial bonus. Now, this one here is, it's a dark chocolate cake with caramel and whipped cream. But the herbs that are used in this is infused with valerian root, St. John's wort, ginseng with organic flavors, and stevia extract. Stevia extract, if you've never heard of it, it's actually from a flower called, I believe it's Stevia reboundina, Rebaudina. It's it's based off of plants from South America. It's been used for over, I think the website said 1,500 years. It's a sweetener alternative. It's not alternative, I want to say. It's a, I apologize. I don't know why I'm having such a problem trying to figure out wording for this, but it's basically, it's used in place of sugar. It's a sweetener alternative in that aspect, but it is an all-natural alternative because it's extracted directly from the leaves of a plant in South America. maybe I need this stuff more than I realize. However, but again, that just goes to show, you know, that it's their purpose to this is all about the herbal aspect, the all natural aspect, the for vaping as a whole, but in a beneficial way, not just because you're vaping to get nicotine. So it also says on here that it is it's a 30 mil from an Elixir product. It's one of 4, so that is the 4. That's the box set that I showed you. It does have all of that on here as well. The proprietary blend of valerian root, St. John's wort, ginseng, with organic flavors and stevia. And I mean, you can look all of that stuff up, and it's also on their site. They list all of the herbs that they use and the benefits to them as to why they use them. And this is all made in an ISO 9 room. So I mean, they do not joke around about this. They take this stuff very seriously, and this is the whole point of that. So they do have their warning label and other ingredient labeling on the back as well. This is all locally sourced, and like I said, it is under the process of an MD and an herbologist as well. So there is no corners cut here. There is no joke to this. This is something that they are very passionate about, that they believe completely 100% behind. They've given up a lot and focused their attention and dedication into this, and their main goal, besides this line here, is with the Alterna, is that, you know, main juice companies consider using it as instead of nicotine in their flavor, so that it doesn't change the flavor, it just changes the makeup of it so that you're not doing it for the nicotine, but you're still getting benefits out of it to make you want to vape it more, but it is going to be a healthier alternative to that aspect. So this is a first vape, first review. As I get carried away with this, I do apologize. It is safety sealed here, so we are going to do a first vape on a fresh wick. And as always, I do use my Texas Tough Cotton. It works really well for me just because it's easy to work with, vapes really easily, and it doesn't have a very strong cottony taste to it, even off the first get-go. So it blends really well with the juice so that you can basically get a full flavor vape pretty much right off the bat. Depending on the density of the flavor, it'll work faster than some others, but for the most part, I don't really get a huge cottony taste off of it, which is why I enjoy it. So on Instagram, it's Texas Tough Cotton if you are interested. So we're going to go ahead and bust this open, and it says Apothecary on the side right there. And on inhale, again, now you would expect, in all honesty, you would expect something that is primarily herbal based to have a very flowery odor to it, or a very floral scent to it. Honestly, all I get out of this smell is chocolate, since the main flavor profile for it is a chocolate cake. That is basically what I smell out of that. So, number one, right off the bat, it's not going to smell like a big flowery potpourri mix, even though it is primarily herbal infused. And that's, I think, the misunderstanding a lot of people are going to have about this when they first hear about it and they understand that it's what it is and the makeup of it and what the primary goal and focus of this company is. Do not let that deter you. There's nothing wrong with wanting to find a better or healthier version to vaping, especially if you can cut out the nicotine altogether, since that's the main thing that starts people onto vaping. But it is not, you're not vaping potpourri at all, because that is not what I get out of this smell off the bottle. It straight up is chocolate. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a little bit more here. And we will check out Calm from Elixir Vape Co. And as always, I am vaping at my 75 watts. I'm trying to see if I can find a difference in this. Because clouds you can definitely see are worth it. That's not going to change. I honestly am actually really impressed. And I'll admit it, I was under the misguidance and the assumption that because it was herbal based, that it was going to have a weird aftertaste, a weird undertone, a weird something odd about it because it is herbal based. Um, that literally tastes basically like a chocolate cake with whipped cream. I don't get so much the caramel. There's a slight sweetness on the undertone that I would assume is going to attribute to the caramel flavoring of this. And there is a light hit of cream, which is for the whipped cream, but the bulk of the flavor is the chocolate cake. But that's what you taste. And the only reason why I sound surprised about that is because, again, I, like most people, am under the assumption that because it is primarily an herbal based flavor, that's what you're going to taste. And it's not. It's a very sweet, desserty vape flavor. There is a very slight, there's no throat hit, which is actually really enjoyable. There is a very slight, I'm going to say it's a very slight tinge just on the tail end of the exhale that I probably couldn't put my finger on. That I'm going to associate to the herbal extracts that are in this, because realistically, and I'm not an expert by any means, but I have to figure that by combining herbs into anything, there's going to be a somewhat of a little bit of a change or a tinge to it because of the herbs used. It is not by any means going to ruin the flavor. It's not by any means going to change the way that you feel about this. If nothing else, I would honestly try this line and these flavors just for something completely unique and something different, if for no other reason. Now, the main reason to try this line, again, order these in a zero, try it with the Alterna, and like I stated, in my other video, if you've had a chance to check it out, it is an herbal-based nicotine alternative. It is not meant to be in a negative aspect, but it's to be more healthier, more beneficial for vaping. So you can still enjoy vaping, but now you're getting healthier benefits out of it because of the herbs that are used. But if you're looking for something completely different and completely unique to vape, definitely try this line. That's the best way I can put that. You will be surprised. It's definitely different, but in a very good, unique way. Elixir Billy, thank you so very much for the opportunity and opening my eyes to something that could possibly be a great option, an advancement for vaping as a whole. Guys, definitely check this out. I'm telling you, elixirvapeco.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, email them. Definitely check this out. Definitely give it a serious consideration. As always, I'm always grateful and honored, humbled, privileged to be able to do something like this, especially for a company like this. Billy, thank you so very much. Guys, as always, I'm Token Vaping. I'm here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Anything that I can do to help make your vaping experience more enjoyable for you, that's all I want to do. And with things like the Elixir Vape Co. company, it's definitely getting easier to do that, to accommodate all different types of vapors as a whole. But always remember, no matter what, regardless of what it is, at the end of the day, vape on, vape strong. Have a good night.